In a time when famine ravaged the lands, echoing the hardships of a previous famine during the days of Abraham, Isaac found himself facing a difficult decision. Where could he go to sustain his family and flocks? The obvious choice seemed to be Egypt, where the great Nile River would surely provide. But as he considered this, the Lord spoke to him in a vision. Do not go down to Egypt. Stay in the land I will show you. Humbled and emboldened by the divine command, Isaac opted to remain in the land of the Philistines under the rule of Abimelech, king of Gerar. God promised Isaac that he would bless him and his descendants, as a continuation of the covenant he had made with Abraham, Isaac's father. Isaac and his beautiful wife Rebekah set up their new life in Gerar. The men of the city were struck by Rebekah's beauty. Fearing they might kill him to take her, Isaac introduced Rebekah as his sister, a half-truth, considering she was his half-cousin, but fully his wife. Time passed, and the couple grew comfortable in their new home. One fateful day, Abimelech glanced out of his window to see Isaac showing unmistakable affection toward Rebekah. A sudden realization came over him. This woman couldn't be just Isaac's sister. Isaac, Abimelech summoned him. It is clear that Rebekah is your wife. Why did you deceive us? I feared for my life, Isaac replied. Abimelech felt a rush of implications flooding his mind. Do you understand the jeopardy you've put us in? What if one of my men had taken Rebekah? It would have brought guilt upon us all. Realizing the gravity of the situation, Abimelech declared a royal edict. Anyone who harms Isaac or his wife will be put to death. The divine favor followed Isaac as he worked the land, and despite the famine, he reaped 100-fold that year. His wealth surged, making him not only prosperous but also the subject of Philistine envy. His increasing wealth and might became too overwhelming for the people of Gerar, leading Abimelech to ask Isaac to leave. Isaac relocated to the valley of Gerar, where he rediscovered the wells that his father's servants had once dug, only to find them filled with earth by the Philistines. The act of redigging these wells was symbolic. It was as if Isaac was rekindling the divine promise given to Abraham, bringing forth living water from the ground as a symbol of God's blessings. Yet, strife followed as the herdsmen of Gerar claimed the water for themselves, leading Isaac to name the contentious wells Esek and Sitnah. Not one to be dissuaded, Isaac moved and dug a third well, and over this one, there was no dispute. He named it Rehoboth, acknowledging that God had made room for him. Isaac then received another divine visitation, reaffirming God's promise of blessing and multiplication. With renewed spirit, Isaac built an altar in Beersheba, calling upon the name of the Lord. His servants also discovered a well there, naming it Sheba. Just when he thought he'd severed ties, Abimelech arrived with Ahazath, a close advisor, and Phicol, the commander of his army. Though initially puzzled by their visit, Isaac soon realized that they sought a peace treaty. The king and his entourage had seen God's favor upon Isaac and wanted to be aligned with that divine blessing. Touched and cautious, Isaac accepted their oath and prepared a feast. It seemed like a fitting end to an intricate dance between deception, revelation, and divine intervention. The men ate, drank, and confirmed their covenant, recognizing that Isaac was, indeed, the blessed of the Lord. But in the background loomed another issue. Esau, Isaac's eldest son, had married Judith and Basmat, Hittite women who were a source of grief to Isaac and Rebekah. But that's a tale for another day.